morning, Pastor Fro.
Alright, quiet down, everybody. Today I have come to preach the gospel of stress management. Now, the first things I'm going to talk about are how stress influences the following: the fight or flight response, chronic stress, stress-related hormones, precipitation, and the immune system. And then I'm going to talk about the good and bad, ways to deal with stress, and signs of such stress. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, there is a role played by the fight or flight response.
And what's that, Pastor Fro?
I'd be glad you don't ask that question. The fight or flight reflex is a reaction to a harmful or seemingly harmful situation. All animals got this reflex, just more strongly than us humans. This can be stressful because you're either trying to defend yourself or trying to get away from said danger. That would probably be a short-term kind of stress, but the kind that can be long-term is called chronic stress. Why it called chronic stress, my brother? Why can't it just be called long-term stress? Well, my brother, I'll explain it for you. The definition of the word chronic is actually persistent for a long time or constantly recurring.
All of this is very interesting and helpful. Tell us more.
Well then, I'll just tell you about those stress-related hormones such as adrenaline or epinephrine. These hormones are produced by a process that is started by the pituitary gland and the nervous system, which were originally signaled by the hypothalamus when the body was stressed. This stress can affect the immune system negatively. If there is too much stress, it will cause there to be cortisol and corticosteroids, which condemns the immune system even if they're there for a short time, and especially if they're chronic.
What about ways to deal with stress?
Well, a good way to deal with stress is to calm down and also maybe think positive about yourself. But there are bad ways to deal with it too, such as eating or doing drugs. When you do it right, you can help yourself. Here, I'll help you out. Everybody say, I'm beautiful. Eyes be beautiful. Whoa, brother. Don't be lying in church.
Wasn't there something about a way to see if someone has stress themselves?
Yes, right. There are things called stress markers or stress signs. People may have depression or anxiety. There are symptoms to both of these. With depression, they may not hang out with or talk to their friends anymore as much as they used to before. And with anxiety, it may be they make them look and act irregular.
Well, what about you? Have you ever had stress before?
As a matter of fact, I did. When I was a teenager, I was showing some of the most obvious of stress markers. I had a fast heartbeat and breath, and my appetite would change all the time. I dealt with my stress by eating and eating. That made me the fat man I am today. Then I got some advice from my parents, and I started to take deep breaths and read books, and my stress began to subside. Here, I'll show you one thing that I did. Let's turn the holy book of stress management for dummies to First Being Positive, 823, and read. Whosoever is positive about himself shall have everlasting happiness and no more stress.
This really moved me today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this message, Pastor.
You're welcome. Now, let's close in prayer. I shall calm down and not let my stress get to me. And I vow not to eat my feelings away or do drugs to try to lessen them. And I will always manage my stress. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
And that was your message from the Church of Latter-day Stress Managers. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this Afro Man sponsored film. Any copyright of this picture or the wording used in it is highly prohibited.
Time.
Wasn't there something about a way to see if